Hello and welcome to my first video of my new YouTube channel called Samayan7 Sanctuary. And basically the idea of this channel is to help people connect more with their truth and understand the truths of the world, and essentially connect with spirit and allow more love and light to come through. So in this first video, I'm going to be talking about the thing that changed my life so much and what inspired me to create this new channel, which is the plant medicine Ayahuasca. And before I get into it, I just want to say that I'm not trying to act as a professional or that I know everything about this subject or area. I'm just giving information out based on my personal experiences and my understanding of what this medicine is. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about what it is and where it come from and how it can change your life and how it can heal you in ways that you probably thought were unimaginable or things that you didn't even know that were there. So I just want to say that I'm not encouraging anyone to go and try this medicine, as I know that it's banned in a lot of countries. And I really encourage everyone to do their own research and their own due diligence if it is something that kind of interests you. So just getting into it, what it actually is a plant medicine, and there's quite a lot of misunderstanding around it, purely because it's a psychoactive medicine that alters your state of consciousness. And immediately when people think of that, they assume that it's just another drug that can essentially ruin your life, and they'll look into it a little bit and they'll hear about some of the challenging experiences that you can go through, and they'll just immediately turn away from it because they just look at it as another drug and they don't see why it could help them or truly help them. And obviously it is banned in a lot of countries, but at the same time, I explained it in a video previously that I think a lot of us are becoming aware of how much control manipulation is actually in the world, especially by governments and higher authorities. And this kind of expanding of consciousness and allowing humans to think for themselves has always been restricted. And there was a big movement back in the kind of hippie era. That was the era of mushrooms and psychedelics and acid, and these substances were actually being trialed in science labs, and they were finding so many positive benefits for them, and then suddenly it got cut. Everything got cut, and then they were all suddenly banned. And for sure, there was kind of a bit of a misunderstanding with the way that they were being used in that time, as they were being used in a kind of party way and just having a good time. And obviously they can be used for that, but at the same time, the reason that I call them medicines is because the true purpose of these tools are actual medicine. And getting back to ayahuasca, this substance has been around for thousands upon thousands of years, and it originated from the Amazon rainforest. And the way that these indigenous tribes have been using this medicine is to actually connect with spirit and to connect with these spirits in kind of other realms, which is super hard to believe and super hard to try and understand if you haven't connected with these spirits yourself and you haven't experienced these things yourself. And for me personally, I was quite skeptical about kind of the way that it worked at first as well. And then after my own experiences, I feel like I can speak confidently about kind of what it is. And basically the Amazonian tribes, not all of them, but the kind of the backbone of the story of how they came across ayahuasca was that the plant spirits actually called to them and said, take these two plants out of tens of hundreds of thousands of different species of plants in the rainforest and combine them together to make this psychoactive tea that will allow you to connect with spirits and understand different parts of the world that you never knew were there, and bring these teachings back to this earth and apply it on this earth and do with it what you will. And it was kind of kept to the Amazon for quite some time, and there are a few figures throughout kind of history, recent history, that brought it out of the Amazon, and now it's becoming more kind of widely known, even though it's still super kind of underground and not many people know about it or understand it. But it's, like I said, it's been around for thousands of years, and the Amazonian tribes kind of keeping this message alive. And they wouldn't stay in the Amazon jungle if they didn't believe that this was a message that needed to be heard, and they wouldn't be keeping it, keeping the kind of traditions behind it if they didn't believe that. So this shamanic tea that is prepared through the combination of two plants, and those plants are the chacruna leaf, which contains DMT, or dimethyltryptamine, and that's something that we actually store in our brains and that we secrete through severe stress, such as when we die, or even potentially small amounts when we dream through our pineal gland, which if you look into Egyptology and hieroglyphs, the pineal gland is quite commonly known as the third eye, and you don't have to be spiritual or understand anything about it to have heard about the third eye and essentially what that is and how it connects us to other realms, which is what I believe quite true. And it's also mixed with the ayahuasca vine, and the ayahuasca vine contains monoamine oxidase inhibitor. And what that does is, when these two plants are combined together, the DMT, when it enters your body, usually gets broken down very quickly. So a lot of times people will actually smoke DMT just so they get enough into their system at once so they can have these experiences, and they'll leave their body, if they do it right, they'll leave their body for say 10-15 minutes. It might feel like longer, and then they'll come back down and it'll be over super quick. But when it's digested with the ayahuasca vine, it actually turns off that enzyme that breaks it down into your body, and it essentially makes it last a lot longer. So instead of a 10 to 15 minute experience with DMT, you're actually having a kind of 4 to 6 to 8 hour experience, depending on the shaman and how much you drink and how he guides the ceremony. And these experiences can be really life-changing, really, really life-changing. And like I said, that's the reason why I've created this new channel and why I'm making this video, because it's changed my life so much that I just feel like it's an injustice not to share it with everyone, not to share this information with everyone. And I know a lot of people have seen change in me, closer people to me more so, that have seen me regularly, but just the fact that people can see kind of where I've come from, like over the years, and how I'm going down this path now. I'm not really someone that would try and convince anyone that you need to live life a certain way. I've always kind of advocated for being your own person. And I want people to make their own minds up and decisions about this plant, but at the same time, I want to put information out there so people can, if they're curious about it and they want to understand more about it, then they can look into it more themselves. But if I'm the kind of seed that gets planted somewhere for them to trigger that curiosity, then that's kind of my intention, because I truly believe that this plant, even though it's not for everyone, in the sense not everyone's open to it, I truly, truly believe that this plant could help and benefit everyone on this earth. I really believe that. So the way that this plant medicine is used is, if you do it right, it's used in a shamanic setting with shamans that guide the energies and the spirits through you and allow this healing to happen. And each shaman works in a different way. So if you are curious about this, then again, I really encourage you to do your own research and try and find kind of respectable people out there. I mean, if you can, go to the Amazon and do it properly. But there are a lot of shamans out there that just, with everything, just trying to make a quick buck. But if these ceremonies are done in the right way, they can allow healing for all sorts of things. And I want to speak about it in another video that I do, not necessarily this one, but just to give you a brief understanding. One of my recent experiences that I had with this medicine, it actually brought up things about me not having a father figure when I grew up. And at the time, I didn't really think it affected me, and I always thought I was okay. And I remember saying to myself at times, I was like, it'd be cool to have a dad, but I know I'm good by myself. And I just thought that life was good. And what I didn't realize, and this is what the medicine showed me, is that since I was 2 years old when he left, I ended up suppressing all this emotion inside. And I over the years, it just got stronger and stronger, and it made me more closed. It didn't allow me to feel certain emotions. It didn't allow me to feel passion for certain things. It didn't allow me to love. And I didn't realize how much it affected my life until I saw. And it affected every single decision that I made throughout my entire life, and I didn't even know about it. And I already thought that I'd done the most of my healing before this, because I attended ceremonies before this. And still these new things were coming up, like this onion, just each layer getting peeled back, and more understanding about kind of why my life was a certain way and kind of the direction that it's going now. And it was just so profound that it was kind of hard to believe at the time. But I mean, just how many people are out there that have it might be a similar issue, it might be something different, but how many people out there are living with these things and living with these traumas and suppressed emotions that is affecting their everyday life, and they don't even know about it. And the first kind of experience that I had when I had kind of all my questions answered, which related back to this, and again I'll explain it in the next video, so you have to check back for that. But when I had this breakthrough moment, and then I came back to myself, and the sense of peace and love that I felt was just, words can't describe the realness of these emotions and these feelings that I felt. And it was like I'd never been happy my whole life. And that's the power of this medicine. And it's not just emotional trauma. It can help with physical trauma. It can help with diseases. It can help with so much more. And I don't want to go into them specifically, but if you look into it, some of these diseases that have been cured through this medicine, it's just mind-blowing that this tool is out there for everyone to receive, and it's for us to receive. It's for us to connect with spirit, and for us to just receive understanding and knowledge when we kind of need it, when we're looking for it. And that's exactly why I'm doing this video. So there's a lot of videos out there that other people have made that goes into kind of a bit of the science behind it, and just so you're aware, there's a lot of videos out there that also give a misrepresentation of it. And and there's always going to be that. So that's why I encourage you to do your own research and look at multiple sources, not just this video and other videos. But if I was to recommend one video, I've watched hours and hours of documentaries and YouTube videos and read people's blogs and done so much research into it. The one video that I feel like really kind of breaks it down well and describes it well is on this website called Gaia.com, and it's you can find this series called Psychedelica, and it's actually a 10 episode series, and it's got loads of different types of content on there. But this series in general has 10 different episodes, and it's about DMT, ayahuasca, psilocybin, shamanism, and loads of different things. But watch the one on ayahuasca if you feel like you want to, and you can sign up for a 7-day trial on there, and then you can just cancel it straight away. But that's probably the best video that I found on it. So yeah, definitely give that a watch if you're interested. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to say, but I'm pretty sure that's it. So if you have any questions, then feel free to ask them to me. And if you want to just connect, then for sure I'll be more than happy to connect with. So I think that's it. I think that's everything that I wanted to say about this. And I'm sure there's things that I missed out, but it's always the way when you're just going off your head. But yeah, that's it for this video. I'll be creating more videos regarding my experiences and other people's experiences. Actually, I'm going to be starting a podcast, and I'm going to be getting people that I've met through ceremonies and other people that I seem to connect with about their plant medicine experiences, and also their experiences with certain daily practices that can actually help you connect with these energies from different realms, which is so bizarre for me to say these things, because 2 years ago I was just a completely different person living in Ibiza, just partying every day, and I didn't care about anything else really than kind of money and girls and just having a good time. And now I'm talking about spirits. So yeah, it's just funny, man. But yeah, I'm gonna be putting a lot of content out there, as I feel like I need to do this because I know a lot of people can benefit from this in the same way that I have. So I hope this video was interesting, and I'll see you soon.